The PowerStop Z26 Extreme Performance Front Ceramic Brake Pads are a good choice for any 11 to 14 GT Brembo, 12 to 13 Boss 302, or 07 to 12 GT500 owner who's looking to increase their braking performance for all street and strip applications, as well as those moderate track runs. Now, these increase your initial bite, prevent brake fade, reduce brake dust, and they have less noise than the regular stock replacement. Since these are built for the Brembo-equipped Mustangs, the bite is already pretty good from the factory, better than non-Brembo cars at least, and these act as a great replacement for worn-out pads. The installation is pretty simple like any other brake job, so I'm giving it 1 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter. Now, there are a couple of different factors that make these PowerStop pads better than your stock OEM replacements. For starters, the most important aspect, these will increase your braking performance and stopping power, and considering the front pads you'll be putting on most of the work, it's a must to have a reliable set of pads. Now, the GT500s have a pretty decent amount of power behind them, and if you have any work done to your Brembo-equipped Boss 302 or 5-liter GT, then you know a reliable, quick-stopping brake pad is definitely needed. Another aspect of these pads that make them a tougher option than stock is that they are a low-dust and quiet pad. These, unlike your stock option, offer a minimal amount of brake dust, which is great for guys like myself who are always finding themselves washing their wheels to get rid of the eyesore they leave behind. Now, the quiet aspect is a no-brainer. Nobody wants a loud pad. They absolutely should be quiet. These utilize rubber-coated shims to help get the braking job done with almost a silent operation. Now, they're made from a high-quality ceramic material infused with carbon fiber, which has a stronger bite, but they're also rotor-friendly, meaning they don't need to be broken in. They're good to go right out of the box, which is great for daily drivers. The material is engineered to have a superior thermal stability, meaning they can resist brake fade up to 1500 degrees, making them a great option for high-horsepower cars who can cook their brakes from time to time, or cars with a big wheel upgrade that needs the extra strength to slow them down. If you're interested in this front pair of brake pads from PowerStop, then you can expect to be spending just around the $60 mark for this particular ceramic set. Honestly, I don't think it's a terrible price for a front pair, especially considering they're made for big brake kits. I would have imagined the bigger pads would be upward of $100, but this is a pretty good deal, I think. Now, if we shift gears over to the install portion of the video, like I said earlier, this is not going to be a very hard job to do. It is a brake job after all, so anyone with the right tools at home can get it done. As far as those tools go, you'll need simply a ratchet and socket set, a lug wrench, a C-clamp to decompress your caliper, but if you don't have one, you can make do with a pry bar. Of course, it'll be a little bit harder, but it can be done. And then finally, you want to have brake pad grease, which will be included for you in the kit from PowerStop. A jack and jack stands will go without saying, but a lift, obviously, if you have access to one, will get the job done as well. Once the car is up on jack stands, you can remove the front wheel using your lug wrench and set it aside. From here, you need to remove a couple of bolts holding the factory caliper in place. Once the caliper is off, use your C-clamp to decompress the caliper and remove the brake pads. With the old pads out, grease up your new pads, reinstall everything in the reverse order, repeat the process for the opposite side, and you're good to go. Overall, it takes about an hour or so on the install, and I'm giving it 1 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter. And finally, just to wrap things up here, if you're the owner of an 11 to 14 GT Brembo, 12 to 13 Boss 302, or finally an 07 to 12 GT500, you might want to check out the PowerStop Z26 Extreme Performance Ceramic Front Brake Pads, which are available right here at AmericanMuscle.com.